Secondary animation gives a little bit more life to your character because we're simply doing to the character what we do as human beings, or even what animals do. For example, you may notice that when your dog's really happy, he wags his tail, his tongue comes out of his mouth, and he rolls around the grass. These are all secondary motions. He's walking toward you, but as he's walking toward you, his tail's wagging. His ears are flopping, or he may hear a sound and his ears turn in that direction. That's an example of secondary animation. Or we as human beings, when we're eating ice cream, for example, we have a tendency to move our feet. You may even wiggle your toes and, twitch your ears a little bit, because you're really excited. So as you see here, when we scrub this timeline, the character is pretty much still. He's talking, but he's not doing anything. For example, his hand might move a little bit. He may have his eyeballs, go side to side as he's talking to the audience, because he's looking straight ahead at the camera. But he might want to address the audience, so we might want to have his eyeballs moving. So this is all an example of secondary animation. And it just makes the character look more alive and alert. So we have his eyeballs here, and we're going to move him around a little bit so he's addressing the audience. Just going to add a keyframe here, and we're going to move the eyeballs just a little bit so he's looking around. And then he'll look the other way. We'll just add another keyframe here and have his eyeballs go this way, and then eventually back towards the camera. And then when we insert these motion tweens here, we'll get a little bit more life and intelligence in the character. For example, let's go see what this looks like. Hey, how's everybody doing today? And this alone makes him look alive. There's a notion in animation that a character should never be idle. So even if it's a toy, if you watch the movie Toy Story, the characters are blinking, they're breathing, they're doing something. A finger might be tapping on a shoulder or across their chest. They may be doing something. So you want to have the character always in motion, and it will give him the illusion of life. So continuing on this theme, we're going to move his arm just a little bit as well. We're going to just make his hand move a little tiny bit as he's talking. And this will also give the illusion that he's there. He's aware that we're there. He's moving, he's shifting in his chair, for example. So I'm going to create a motion tween here, and when we scrub the timeline, he's moving around. It just gives the character a lot more feeling. So keep that in mind when you're animating. Just when you finish the major animation, go back again and then add some extra motions for his body, and that will give him a great sense of purpose and an even better illusion of being alive.